When we kneel before the Lord, we kneel before the one who one day will judge us. It is a consoling thought, for he wishes us well, and he himself cannot bear the thought of the loss of a soul for whom he shed his blood. And so he does all to try to find something in the life of each soul that might be some redeeming quality. And we must do the same. We have no right to talk down to a soul. A soul is an immortal gem, and each has his mystery that only the Lord can see and fathom. And so respect is the correct attitude. But also a certain fear and trembling at the power of each soul. For the Lord himself stands back before what he has created and does not withdraw the supreme gift of free will, and cannot force. And so it is that against the Lord's own wish, souls, and it would seem many souls, do say no. And when it comes to the moment of departure from the body, for the first time they see the consequences, and they cannot face the King, and they themselves propel themselves as far as possible from his gaze. But in this life they had not wanted, it would seem, to see. And so when we see souls who have an aversion to the sacred, we can intuit that there is spiritual illness there, and that that soul is actually in danger. So the attitude when we come to such a soul is fear, lest it damage itself irreversibly, irreparably, eternally. And also mercy, wondering what we can do. There is sometimes a point of encounter, and it's actually fairly simple. It's the fact that every soul is fundamentally drawn by goodness. And so we can be an icon, a point of radiation, of warmth, attraction, and that can be the bridge for human goodness, in which grace is operative, can actually bend a frozen and hardened will towards the good. For there is in every soul some spark of good, and that's the bit that the Lord wants us to look for and reignite. Christ has the last word. We know not what happens to the soul 1 second after we have lost contact with it. It's over to the high King. And when we think of what eternity is, we too should be in awe, in fear and trembling before Majesty. How foolish man is to belittle his God, and also to criticize those who try to serve him as though they knew better. Humility is the correct attitude of the creature, and also emptiness. Noise comes from fullness, and noise cannot hear. Christ loves silence, and his kingdom is a kingdom of harmony. We must love what he loves. Adoramus te, Domine. Adoramus te, Domine. Adoramus te, Domine. Te decelas, te decetimus, tibi gloria Deo Patri et Filio, cum Sanctum Spiritum, in saecula saeculorum.